not seeing it. Let me check my stream. Alright. Cool. I think my internet just pooped out for a moment. But I am back. We have not fixed our bug yet. Why does this not add up to 100? How can I make it add up to 100? Well, and just make this the fallback case. It's weird though. Why would it do that? I mean, you can just define a surplus. I don't know if that will fix it in every case where this bug happens though. That's the thing. You can always have the last case be 100% in percentages. Or you can always go, I guess, if you're doing... whenever you do something and then you always have an else case. Yeah... I don't know. This is why I did actually have an else case for the biomes. Or just uses the AOC stuff. Weird. I don't even know if I should bother catching this case. Or if the thing I did will catch it reliably. Because I have a whole bunch of things where theoretically it adds up to exactly 100 and it could break. Weird. I'm actually going to put this back onto here. Actually, though, look at this. So we have elevation here. We're not done debugging this yet. If I do this, we don't get the land here. We don't get the stuff that's on the land. I don't think that is specifically, maybe it is specifically tied to the terrain. Probably is. Could that explain it? Alright, actually. Alright, so if we go here and we just put in an else case. Terrain, we can debug this some more. Theoretically, I have to do this 4 times. So, none of the things... It really is just a case where... That is frightening, though. That we're stuck in the else case here. Because if this can happen anywhere, then either I need to go and catch cases in hundreds of places on every one of my maps, or I don't bother just hope that when it fails, it's such a catastrophic failure that it's an automatically a restart. Weird. Really weird. It's gonna be really hard to replicate as well. I mean, I could save a copy. I can save a copy of this specific script as a bug with percentages. That's the only way I can reproduce this. I'll save a copy of this script. Where did I just put the ice? Go away, ice. And I'll take a screenshot of this seed. Because yeah, exactly. It's something like that. It's because of nested conditionals and then rounding probably. That's why the only way that this can realistically be replicated is with the seed and the exact script. Right. Let's undo this though. I don't want this else case with ice. So now I'm gonna save this as HyperRandom 4 again. And I think I'm just gonna leave this in because it's one of those unlikely things. We can try 200 generations and see if we see it again. Do I want bamboo on the hills? Or do I just add more dead forest? I think actually it looks alright up on the hills. Alright, 200 generations, let's go. Actually, this could be sort of like in Minecraft where you have these broken seeds where it's just... Although that's different, that's because they just have weird mathematical phenomena happening there. Those deer are having a blast in the middle of the ocean. I should put lava. I should put fire onto there. I should do that. Can we just like end of the script? No, beginning of the objects section. Oh boy. I have too long of an objects generation section. That looks like connections. There we go. So I need a flame. Those aren't predefined, are they? Quickly check that. That's going to be one of those things too that probably needs second object. I could probably pull that out of some script that I have. What would I pull it from? Meteor is the one I want. No, yeah. flame 4 is a large flame, perfect. So we're gonna do flame 4, close nomad. Create object flame 4. Number of objects 99. Make sure it works properly. And it can be placed on the black terrain without me having to do anything specific. Apparently it can also be placed very densely up there. Alright, what else do we have? Do we have some code here specifically for it? Maybe I take this code. Then we grab the other flames. If DLC. Do I have just DLC defined? Because this wouldn't require wool. I don't know. Let's just do this. Yeah. No wool kingdoms. Something like that. We don't need actor area 666. Let's do a temp distance for all of these so that we don't have too many flames. If we do something like that. Alright, we need more flames than that. I think also my to-do list is like adding mountains and so on. Alright, let's take a look. I can probably do better than this, but it'll do for now. To give the impression this is sort of a burned area rather than just a black pit of nothingness. Well, that'll do. That'll do. Alright. Turn on color correction again. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So we have our rare bug that we're just going to ignore and hope it doesn't happen very frequently. Because I don't feel like catching all the cases. Maybe I can just send... But if I send my entire script that I saved to the devs, they're gonna have a hard time fixing a rounding bug like this too, being 6 conditionals deep. Alright, so Hill A only exists here, and Hill Forest exists everywhere. We'll we'll just plop it at the end of the list for both of them. Mud. Bamboo. Something like that. Cool. Yeah, that'll do. Then we have a fallback. We don't want that. We want it to be 0. In case we just do that as a fallback. And we're gonna go here and we're gonna go. Just like that. And we'll give it a forest. Just so we have plenty of fallbacks. In case the main percentage ever fails. That'll do. Alright. Cool. So... what am I scrolling through right now? Why did they all uncollapse? Oh, because I saved it. So, the stream has been going for how long? 2.5 hours. Alright. I would say half an hour more. That's enough to get sort of a summary of what we've done. Like if this percentage didn't pick anything, that's why I have a fallback. That would be catastrophic. But there are lots of other percentages that don't have a catch. Alright, so let's just go through a couple. So the idea was to always put, to make the minimap more aesthetically pleasing, by putting dirt patches or grass patches only on hills. And we've finished that goal. I mean, sometimes I hear it's gravel and it's not so tall, it doesn't stand out as much. So I'm just going to see if I notice anything else that needs fixing or tweaking while we're here right now. The other thing I did is I messed around with forests to put some different forests in different places. Like here I will now place pine forests on hills, just for some more variety. But basically I'm just checking right now if I see anything that looks out of place. So far the answer is no. I mean, theoretically I have enabled balanced elevation on. You tell me if this looks balanced. Maybe I allow only one clump for some reason. I'm actually quite happy with the overall look of that we've gotten by updating this. Oh, one thing I was going to consider is if I need to specify one additional thing just to layer on top of hills a bit with, you know, a decent spacing. maybe I do want that. In case we have really huge hills so that they don't look too monotonous. Like this could use, yeah, so that could be one more thing we can do. Is that going to require an additional terrain? Yes, it is. So, all right, seed map. Do you think I can maintain, which case are we picking here? This looks like like an autumn snow biome, I think is what we've got picked here. Also, let's switch the music up again. What else can I offer us? The Last Cons isn't very long. Age of Empires 2 classic soundtrack. Let's see. Okay, so we were going to see if I have correctly selected this, and I have not. Oh well. Or I have, and it's one of those things where messing with stuff messes with stuff. Which is not a good way of saying it, but yeah. The thing on the right is Notepad++, which is a text editor. It's basically Notepad, but better because it has line numbers, and you can get languages for different types of syntax highlighting. If I want a dark, but we're not going to do dark because we're doing a light theme. Yeah, it's basically map scripts are text files. So I was going to do something that I can blend onto the hilltops. So that's going to require like a, we'll call it, let's say, our fancy thing here. Const hill B layered above hill A. Just so I have that documented. And then let's just define something here. Const hill B. And what would we make it in the alpine biome? I'm thinking ice. So let's consider that option. Not ice navigable. Ice 35. Something like that. We could layer some ice up there. Because we're not using ice as a blend otherwise. And then we need to actually handle placing said ice. Where, oh boy, what's going on again? Scroll. The script is too long. Need to collapse all of these again. Else case as well. So where are we going to place the ice? Probably where we have hill A. And then we just copy said code. What is the difference between, oh, that's just the blending. Do we want, or would we want ice fully on there, or do we just want it blended, I think? Yeah, we just want it blended, so... we would need some code that looks something like that. Create train hill B, base train hill A, base layer hill A, spacing to other terrain types 2, 10%, 5 clumps, set scale by groups. We don't need the height limits, we do want the terrain mask. Something like that. Just guessing. Have we ended up with some ice on here? Huh, that's not what I was expecting. That's... wait. Why is it blending in? Alright. Terrain mask 1? Maybe I messed this up. Better. That's more like what I was wanting. We'll make it, we'll reduce the spacing as well, we'll allow it.
Mandatum?
Chopper. Gatherer. Alright, cool. So let's see if it looks nice when we have bigger hills. And when we start with the Dome of the Rock. Is that the Dome of the Rock? No, this is an African monument. It's dome-shaped at least. Yeah, alright. So some sort of ice speckled up on the hills. I think that looks nice. So let's see if we can get that for every other biome. We can quickly get that sorted. Oh boy, I still have too much stuff. So we close polar. Or we need hill B ice. Let's close that. Let's stick it into Taiga's doing mud up there. Huh. Alright, we're gonna have to take a look at the taiga biome. So we can put ice up there. I almost feel like we should put snow up there again. But that kind of ice. How about we put some rock or something up there? Let's try the wet rock. There is actually some RMS syntax for Visual Studio Code as well, which I have barely used, but it does exist. I use Notepad++ for anything when I just look for any miscellaneous stuff. Let's try 82. Mostly because, well, for map scripting specifically, because it's very easy to make custom syntax for it. That looks cool. Yeah, we have enhanced the visual appeal successfully. Wet rock. Let's just try a few more. Sure. I can like that. So taiga is done. Alpine biome. Once we're done with this, we're going to take a look at my to-do list for this map and see what we can note off as done. I think for the purpose of using it in a tournament, most of what I'm doing right now, it doesn't really matter. It is nice with the hills to sort of know visually where they are. I do consider that an upgrade. But I need to take a careful look to prevent those generations where you're basically trapped on a tiny island with either zero building space and or not enough wood. Alright, we are not putting rock up on these mountains. What can we put up there? Probably ice again. Or like DLC Moorland. Some sort of silly terrain that we haven't used much at all. Where was it? The 44. Let's try terrain 44. When I started making, well, map scripts here, I was using just regular Notepad, which, well, that's just without having syntax highlighting. That's just asking for typos. Plus, you want line numbers and stuff like that. It's just much better. But yeah, those are some other common text editors. But I've been happy more or less with this. Let's try that. Maybe something like this. Yeah, this just adds a bit of variety to areas that are otherwise too monotonous. This is still pretty monotonous. Better. Anyway, I think this looks fine. Dun, dun, dun. Let's put... Where do we... Hill A. Ooh. Something's... dirt, grass, or mud. Let's put it right there for now. See what we're dealing with. I wish I could have all of this season stuff in a separate file and just load it as needed. Alright, this map normally doesn't have any ice. So maybe a bit of gravel. Yeah, I'm thinking gravel. Give me some gravel up there. To sort of, yeah. Do I also want gravel on the mud version, though? Even that's actually fine. Have gravel on some mountaintops. When you do this thing where you highlight the terrains, the way I'm doing it, or highlight the hills with different colors on the minimap, you really notice when people start with a crater base. It just becomes much more obvious. I think that looks fine. Gravel. So, temperate. Ooh, temperate's gonna have... Oh boy. Mud, dirt, grass. I should stop supporting older versions other than DE. Then I could just axe probably a third of my script. That would seriously help with the complexity. Well, moderately help. I mean, gravel is a nice default mountaintop option. I'm not sure what I would put there otherwise. So yeah, we'll keep the gravel. See, this happens even though I have balanced elevation on, where it's clearly favoring the south of the map. You wouldn't realize it if you didn't do this with the terrain, so I'm doing it, but these two players have absolute crater bases. Oh well. Can't deal with everything at once. Temperate, so then we have autumn temperate. Is that going to be another case of gravel? Oh, underbrush snow. It might not be. We might be doing some snow up there on the hills. Did I? I didn't. Wait. If muddy autumn, else if grassy autumn. I see how it is. Okay. This might be a case for a more rocky blend or darker gravel, or not. Let's take a look at a couple of different seeds. I mean, I like that the mountains look realistic. This nighttime color correction is really key. And actually, I played the campaign that it's used in. This is used in one of the Lithuanian or Polish. One of the Polish or Lithuanian campaigns where you attack the Teutonic camp only at night and intercept their shipments. Alright, finally we get one of these. So if we're going to have muddy hills, then we might as well. I mean, the gravel looks alright on there, but we could put snow up there. Alright, we need to get another one where it looks better. Is this mud not very likely? They're both at 50%. You wouldn't believe it. Alright, now we have the mud one, but it's completely flat. So it's not helpful for our testing purposes. I'm actually fine with gravel there too. Autumn snow biome. I feel like that's going to be another classic that's not going to be gravel actually, or we might do gravel there. No, that's probably going to be a case for ice or snow. Let's take a look at that. Okay. Give me a taller mountain, please. Pretty please. Let's try one of these. Alright, ice. We need ice. I should have kept the seed. But it's fine. I mean, the ice doesn't blend great. The other alternative would be to put like snow light on there. Where snow light has 73 or a darker rock. I think snow light actually makes sense on this one. Snow light. Yeah. Alright, what are we gonna do for the jungle? Dirt 3 or mud? Well, let's put in ice for now. And then we'll see what we actually want to do. Because we don't want ice in the jungle. We probably want gravel again. Gravel. Or wet rock or something like that. If we just go in there. Well, the gravel is just compelling. If I did the rock, that would be 40. That was a boar snorting. Where's the wet gravel? Was Wet Rock Beach. 82, so 81 and 82 we can test. 82. Ooh. I think the original gravel looked good. Not the dry gravel, the standard gravel. It makes for good mountaintops. What can I say? It just does. Although, alright, give me one that looks a bit. Maybe we do the wet gravel there. Let's try this. Yeah, we do the wet gravel on the mud. Cool. Then we can jump to the next biome. Tropical. Desert. Alright, that'll be... Also, I have some elevator music. Maybe it's time to switch to that. Either a nice relaxing finish, or we play the Last Khan soundtrack. Let's do Calm Elevator. Alright. Let's take a look. Oh. Let's try a different seed. No, I actually want the dunes to stay duny. This might be a case for desert, layered on desert. This might be a case for that. I mean, what could I mix with them there? I kind of don't want to mix anything. I could mix quicksand. Or a cracked terrain, but I kind of don't want to mix anything. I think I want to leave the dunes as dunes when they exist as dunes. Yeah. Yeah. Good. So we have tropical done. Savannah. Okay, so that already has gravel. What did we do there? We could... I feel like we had a case where we already had gravel too. Was that in Alpine? No, that was in Autumn Temperate. No. Autumn Snow? Snow Light? Well, we don't want snow here. Alright, we'll just do our own experimenting. Temperate. What did we do in Temperate? Gravel. Alright. So if we have gravel, why don't we do the rock? We're gonna do the wet rock at 80. Wet rock, something like that. If we seed this map, is it gonna change significantly? Yes. Ooh, that was wet beach, but honestly, I am okay with that. Let's try the wet rock though. Is it 82? Probably is 82. No. 40. Does that look too unbuildable? It's a nice blend, but it looks too unbuildable. So what can we do there instead? Instead of that, we go back to what we had a bit ago. We go back to wet sand. Yeah, we do wet sand. Cool. Then we have desert, where we have the hill. It's a desert hill. All right. Desert biome. Let's take a look. That's a cool effect. That's a surprisingly cool effect. That's a surprisingly cool effect. Also, I don't want... Or do we do the normal beach? If we did a normal beach, it'll be 79. Normal sand. Let's try how that looks. Alright, we got our Socotra. Need some mountains, please. Yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that. Sand. Desert. Alright, high desert. Let's get this thing finished up. Because I will need a break soon. I'll need to call it a night soon, to be honest. Let's get a nicer one than this. I kind of don't want that up there. When we have the gravel down below. I kind of want. I'd rather just have it look deserty. Yeah. And when we have the reverse, no, that's still the same build. When we have the reverse, no, it's still the same. Plus we have our fancy army in the middle. This I'm more likely to allow if we can get some good mountains to actually see it, visualize it on. Let's see. Oh, come on. Boy, this would be... This is your Atacama of maps. Look at the minimal amount of trees. Alright. I think I can like the way that this looks. Which gets us to the good old mangrove swamp biome. Oh boy. That will be an interesting one. No. Nope, this is the case for wet sand. Is it though? It might be a case for wet sand, yeah. Good. Which leaves us with the wasteland biome, where probably the wet sand will make another appearance. Or maybe what do I do? Wet rock or something up there? Yeah. Alright, let's try rock. Let's try wet rock. I know we have wet rock here too. Already on this biome, but yeah, that looks better. Cool. Alright, so we're nearing the end. If you have any questions or anything else, now is the time to ask them. Yeah, basically just that, because I think I'll be calling it a stream in just a second. Alright, let's just see. So alright. Place forest on high elevations. Diversity, we can add something like that. Mixing on large hills. Make swamp and dry overrides. I think I can't do that the way I sometimes don't fill forests. Something like that. Guide acts magic to override elevate order where it isn't wanted. Yeah, do some magic. It's easier said than done. Guard state on king or wonders. Fix issues with backwards compatibility to do. Just basically that. HyperRandom cost. Allow punk make swamp green or brown. Allow 2 or 4 central lands. I have 2 copies of that. Add dedicated hill terrain. Done. Of November. Cool. I would say we're done. We're done. We can hide Notepad and just enjoy what we managed to make. I should, well, I'll push the update when I've finished everything else. This is another thing I wanted to do because it's not visible on the mini-map. I wanted to do something about these gold types. Sugargraph gold type. We'll do that for now. Gold. For now. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm done. It's been nice to have a couple different people stopping in or hanging around. And I feel like I've made some progress. And the overall end result is nicer than it was before, in my slightly, somewhat, maybe a little bit humble opinion. Biased opinion? It is biased, of course. This is super, super messy with the mangrove swamp biome. I probably should just have it be full mangroves and not have other terrains on it at all. Maybe. I did put these down on 2%, yet they're still coming up. Maybe I should put the wet rock up there instead. Maybe. Yeah. I think it looks better like that. Yeah, there's always more to tweak, but this was some good progress. Yeah, I think it does look better with the dark rock. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm gonna probably try to save this VOD for, I don't know, who knows. But that's all for today.